since 1974, Multi-Shifter has manufactured and installed battery handling systems all over the world. One of the most important services we provide is maintenance training. We believe that you should know how to take care of your system. This knowledge will minimize your cost of ownership. The purpose of this video is to teach you to perform regular scheduled maintenance on your Multi-Shifter single-level vehicles. First, we will identify and review each section of the vehicle. The single-level vehicle is divided into two main sections, the lower frame and the upper frame. The upper frame contains the operator's compartment, the bridge, the roller bed. The lower frame contains the power pack, the lift system, and the drive system. First, we will examine the bridge. The bridge is the workhorse of the vehicle. It moves the batteries from the storage stands to the trucks and back again. In order to view the bridge components, remove the traverse slide cover. This cover is held in place by 6 machine screws. The bridge is run hydraulically. A keyed shaft runs through the bridge tube and has pinions on each end. The ends of the bridge tube are called box sections. They nest in the bridge channels that are fitted with gear rack. Each box section is fitted with an upper and lower slide bearing. These bearings are made of ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene. These UHMW bearings should be checked at every scheduled maintenance period for wear. To change the traverse slide bearings, the bridge is removed from the channels. First, the bridge stop bolts are removed from the channels. Next, a lift truck is driven into position to support the bridge. The bridge is then driven out of the channels onto the forks of the lift truck. The bridge's slide bearings are secured by roll pins that are driven out with a hammer and a punch. New slide bearings are then positioned and secured by tapping in the roll pins. Be certain that the head of the roll pin is 3/16 of an inch from the face of the box section. This dimension ensures that the roll pin is sufficiently recessed inside the slide bearing. Z-brackets are located on each box section of the bridge tube. They help align the traverse rack and pinions. These brackets have slide bearings that should be inspected for wear. The bearings are changed by prying them off and tapping new ones on with a mallet. While the bridge is out, it is a good idea to inspect the pinions. Inspect their teeth for wear and the tightness of their set screws. The ends of the shaft and its keyways should also be inspected. It is also important to check the traverse channels, slide surfaces, and gear racks. The slide surfaces should be clean and smooth. As a precaution, check the tightness of the screws that secure the gear racks to the traverse channels. The gear rack should be lightly greased with a multi-purpose grease. If any grease is accidentally applied to the traverse channel's sliding surfaces, it must be removed. No petroleum products should touch the UHMW slide bearings. After cleaning, the channels are sprayed with a 100% dry silicone spray. Ensure that no petroleum is used in its manufacture. Petroleum will make UHMW sticky and the slide bearings will need to be replaced. Failure to inspect and grease this area of the unit on a regular basis may result in the premature wear of these components. To reinsert the bridge in the traverse channels, the forklift and the multi-shifter vehicle are properly positioned. Next, the pinions are aligned on each end by manually engaging only one tooth of each pinion with the gear rack. The bridge can then drive itself back into the channels. It is critical that the racks and pinions are in alignment. To check this, each end of the bridge should be measured from the end of the channels. The measurement should be the same on each end. If not, take the bridge out and start over. If you are experiencing excessive traverse rack and pinion wear, then your bridge is not properly aligned. The bridge tube houses the hydraulic and electrical components that run the bridge and the magnet slide. Mobile electrical wiring is housed and protected in IGES flexible E-chain. The power end of the bridge drives the bridge. It houses the traverse motor, the solenoids, the magnet slide cross-port relief valve, and the idler sprocket for the magnet slide chain. The traverse drive motor is connected to the traverse shaft by a sprocket and chain assembly. Check the chain for proper tension. Also, check the primary and secondary sprockets for wear and proper alignment. Set screws in the sprockets should be inspected for tightness. Examine the keyways and check the snap ring on the end of the shaft. Lightly grease a chain when needed. The magnet slide cross-port relief manifold block is preset at the factory. It should not be adjusted without first consulting the factory. Check the bolt securing the idler sprocket for tightness. Hydraulic fittings should be checked for tightness, and electrical connections should be examined and secured as needed. The control end of the bridge drives the magnet slide tube. It contains the magnet slide motor and the primary and secondary sprockets for the slide. The drive chain for the magnet slide runs from the control end of the bridge to the power end and connects to the top plate of the magnet slide. The magnet slide motor drives a primary and secondary sprocket and chain assembly. Check the chain sprockets for proper alignment. Check that magnet slide motor's mounting screws and its primary sprocket set screws for tightness. In addition, examine the keyway on the slide motor's shaft. The primary chain should be checked for proper tension and lightly greased if necessary. Finally, check the bolt securing the secondary sprocket to its mounting plate for tightness. Both ends of the secondary chain attach to the slide. They are attached to bolts that run in opposite directions. The top bolt adjusts the control end half of the secondary chain, and the bottom bolt adjusts the power end half of the chain. Check the chain for proper tension and tighten the appropriate side. Grease the chain lightly when needed. All hydraulic fittings and electrical connections should be checked and tightened as needed. The magnet slide runs on the bridge tube using slide bearings for a contact surface. There are 2 top and 2 bottom slide bearings. Each bearing is shimmed to eliminate any excessive play as the slide runs along the tube.